welcome back to a new episode. This episode's probably going to go on for a little bit until I make some content. I've finished the car and I've put the car on the pallet, so I've got the car off the rotisserie. I don't think I need that rotisserie anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do with rotisserie. I may sell it. It's not the best rotisserie, but it's been absolutely fantastic to what I've needed. So the car's sheeted up. I've done the boot lid, I've primed the boot lid up, and now I'm going to do the bonnet. I've also done all these little bits, so I've done my new hinges. Those are not easy to get into there, and if you look there, I've missed a little bit. Done the bolts, done that thing, whatever that is. That's me ECU, and that's me, so they just need rubbing down. I'm just going to put those to one side now. I've still got to do that, which holds on to me, you know, the funnel thing where the air comes through the car. I'm looking at that. I haven't got a clue what that one is. It's either a brace for the bonnet, sorry, not a bonnet, the engine. Either the lower one or the top one, I don't know, I can't remember. It's refitting this car is going to be interesting. So anyway, so this bonnet's got quite a lot of damage on it. Not dents, but you know, like e-coating damage. So I've got to sand it down right well. And there's a dent there. Now the dent's like a protruding one that comes up that way. So I'm just going to try, without filling it, without using fill, I'm going to sort of file that down and then clean it off, and no filler will go in it. That's my plan anyway. So what I'll do, I'll bring you back in when it's all in primer, which is probably going to be next week. So I'm going to do the underneath today and then the underneath tomorrow. Sorry, the underneath today, which is that side, and then the outer bit tomorrow. And it's boring work, so that's why I've not filmed any of it. I've done a couple of shorts and a couple of reels, but it's that boring for people to watch that it's pointless me filming it. But what I'll do, I'll try and keep everybody up to date, because a lot of that I've done to the car, I just put reels and like really fast motion things. But it's not painted, it's only an epoxy. I know the epoxy looks like it's Nando Grey or Noido Grey, whatever it's called, but it isn't. It's got to be repaired, it's got to be high builded. So I'll bring you back in when I've done it anyway. It's pointless me keep talking. I nearly forgot this. So I've got rid of the dent. Just by, I didn't want to prime it and then you think that I've filled it up, so that's right, is that. And that's just cleaned off with sander. So I've had to rub it down like this, because obviously there were damage there, paint damage, like e-coating damage, and then where they'd sanded it off before they e-coated it, that all needs sanded off. But that's as much as I'm going to sand off there. That's ready, that. So I just prep the other side and get ready, and I'm going to assume people seal across there, so I'm going to get it ready on the other side now. I just thought I'd remind you as well that the bonnet, right, so if you want to look at it to make sure you've got the dent away, put some degreaser on it. You might not be able to see on camera, but you can see I've got rid of that dent, and that's just by putting degreaser on it. We've got two panels to do now, so I've got two doors. So this is the first one, the other side. The other door is in a different spot, so I don't have any room for all the panels to be in here. So what I've done is that kindly the people that I know, people that I work for, have lent me a trestle. So if I was to do this weekend, I'd only be able to do the outside today and the inside tomorrow. And kindly, they've lent me a panel stand. So you can get different variations of these. This is quite small, so you know, you can get ones with 2 wheels there, and they're quite big, and you can have them where you can hold them up and move them about, you know. But that panel stand's one of the smallest that I've ever seen. It's really nice. I've had different variations of panel stands over the years. This is a really good one, but they're expensive, and I can't afford to buy one just to put some doors on or a boot lid on it. So when I get it on there, I'll be able to do both sides. So hopefully I'm going to get this door in epoxy primer today, and the next door in epoxy primer tomorrow. So I'll prep them both today, get this door on that panel stand, and then prep the other door and get that ready for tomorrow. So hopefully I'll have them both done by this weekend. And I think I've got to epoxy inside the engine bay a little bit there, and I haven't done inside the boot, which I thought I'd done, but I haven't. So that's my plan for today. And also, because the temperature is 11 degrees in here, it's cold. So I bought that little bad boy. That thing gets this room up to 22 degrees. If I just put it on low heat for 30 minutes before, and it's like 20 degrees in this area alone, and it gets to about 19 down at the bottom. You know, I was using one of those electric heaters, but the fuel costs, the electricity costs would go through the roof. So I bought this, I think it was 56 quid with 6 of those propane tanks. So we're going to see how well that works today, and hopefully, see, I've used a heat gun. So when I was doing one of the quarter panels, the bonnet and boot, I just used a heat gun. But even that, you know, if you plug that into electricity, so that's the next choice. Those are quite cheap, those. I think if I got 6 for £22, and they're just, I just got them off Amazon. That thing there were £26. So we're going to use it today. I've got one door ready, so you see it on that trestle there. It's really good on that trestle, and then I can get the whole door instead of having to struggle, because it is a struggle trying to do one side at once. So I've got the other door's prepped, and it's got some sheeting on it. That's the sheeting I'm using. With 24 or 27 quid delivered to my house. And then I've got my bolts. I know where they go, I know which door they're in, so everything's on offside here. So I've prepped those, and what I'll do one side today and one side tomorrow. Hanging those up, I have got hooks on my ceiling, but hanging those up and trying to spray them, they go all over the place. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to prep that and re-prime it up, because I don't like this. I didn't like the aerosol. So that engine bay, once I've done the epoxy, will be ready for painting, because everything's masked up inside. And I've found some what do you call it for my vin plate, some rivets. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scotch that bulkhead, and I'm probably going to epoxy it with this door. And if you look while I've been working, see how the temperatures come up, the humidity's come down. So by the time I put that heater on, I'm probably going to be sweating. So I've got to be careful about how hot I get it. So let's get on with prepping that, and then I'm going to sheet some up because I want to see what it's like sheeting up. I got that sheeting a couple of weeks ago and I haven't used it yet, so I use that every day, day in, day out, so I know exactly what it's like. It's on here. This is what this is. I'm not getting paid by JT, but that's the stuff I use. So that just needs degreasing. That just needs red scotching, and then I just need to blow it all off. I'm going to go and get some lunch, and then I'm going to come back and prime it up. I've just got that little heater, and it's just going at the door. So I've finished the primer and I just put it there. I had it on here and I've just put it there just to put a bit of heat on the door for 30 minutes. Once the door gets warm, that'll start going on. So it doesn't look too bad. Bit of dirt there, just a bit of dirt in top corner. I need to organise this sheeting a little bit better, but that was so much easier to do it on there, and I've done in there. So I just need to scotch that down now. Bit of 500s on the soft pad, and then those, let's turn them over tomorrow when I'm doing the other door. I can do that. But that looks very nice. And then round here, can you see how it's sucking out? So I just need to sort that. It's up on top nicely. It's okay. Got inside the door. So tomorrow when I paint that door, I want to bring the car down here and I want to paint inside the boot, epoxy it, because there is none on the back panel, and I've got enough primer left to do the door and to do inside the boot lid, and then that's it. I've finished epoxying. But that looks nice. Right, I'm going to bring this video to an end now. I've finished all the epoxying now, and I can't wait to not say epoxy again, because I feel like I've said it about 5,000 times since I've started. So next you'll hear me saying I build all the time. So I'm going to take you back down there. I pulled the car right down the front like I said I would. There's not a right lot of room down this. The garage isn't massive, but I found it miles better painting back down there. So if you remember yesterday I painted down here. So I've just got enough room to put my compressor down there. So both sides of all those, the hinges, the shims, they've all got a nice coat both sides. Now I've done them on there because when I put them on the ceiling they were swinging all over the place. It's not ideal. The doors, this is miles better in this place because it's really clean. So it's probably the cleanest job I've ever got. So there's probably one bit of dirt there. I've got a little run there. What else have I got? I've got a bit of dirt there, and that's it. And I've done all that back at door. This trestle I'll take back on Tuesday because I'll have to leave this on here now until that dries, but I can take it back Tuesday. And then I'll probably borrow it again when I come to paint. And I've also painted in there, epoxied it. Now what I want to do, I'm going to scotch that, and I think, I've been thinking about this, with all the Raptor that I've got left, I'm probably just going to Raptor it in there. And then if I'm taking a tank in and out, boom, 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 I'm not going to damage the paintwork, am I? Because the Raptor will protect it. If the wheel's going in, the paintwork's not going to get damaged, you know. Yours. When I open the boot, I've got some carpet that goes in there anyway, so you're never going to see any of it anyway because there's a carpet in there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. The only thing I need to do is figure out where the drill holes go for the fog light, because I've got to put some holes in either side. because I've got a fog. They can't remember a few months ago I told you about the lights, so they've got Mark III lights, something like that, so they don't have the reverse lights in it. So I've definitely got to have a reverse, a fog light that goes here, and I'm going to put it right where it's supposed to do and not in the middle like it were before. I might just see if I can put a picture on it right now. And I don't want the reverse light underneath. I want the reverse light in there, but the cost of the lights, it's a lot of money. So I don't know yet. I've not thought about that yet. I've not got that far ahead of myself. So the door is primed up, and that's it. I've finished epoxying. I'm so happy I finished epoxying because it runs like mad. It's nothing like high build, even though that's really strong stuff to put on. It's probably its best protection. And apparently I've been told that epoxy is better than electric coat. So every single panel apart from the roof. I'm not going to bother epoxying the roof because the roof's there's no rust on it. So I'm just going to do the repairs that I've got and then just high build it white. And remember, I've got the two-tone on it with that sunroof. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one, trying to decide what I'm going to be doing next. Cheers.